Now, this is a day that is truly beyond description. It is beyond an athlete's dreams. It may even be beyond the words of a poet. As we come into this wonderful city of Canton with their people who try so hard and are successful in making us feel so special. And we walk through the Hall of Fame, a great tribute to your hard work, and the history of professional football just seems to come alive. I know I looked at those old photographs, and I tell you, I saw a great similarity between the players of many, many years ago and the old Canton Bulldogs and those that exist today. You see those same thick necks, those same thick shoulders. Now their necks and shoulders, of course, were made that way from hard work at the steel mills, digging coal, while they played the game they loved for nothing. And you look at those pictures closely and you truly can see in their faces, you can see in their eyes the fire, the enthusiasm that made men take their pleasure in something where they risked greatly. A few days ago, one of the highlights of the trip was to attend a luncheon in Canton, Ohio. And at that luncheon, the past enshrinees told the present class what it meant to them to be enshrined. And I just wish all of you could have attended, as one after another spoke with just quiet eloquence and dignity about what it meant to them. And now men like Leo the Lion Nomolini, Joe the Jet Perry, Dante Bluefingers Lavelli, Lenny Moore. And I can only say to them, yes, everything you said is true, and more and much more. My only desire really was to simply be a part of this great game of professional football. I never consciously thought of the honor that is with me today. I tried only to play as hard as I could on every down and to conduct my life off the field and on the field in a way that would make me a better football player. And I'm here and I'm just thrilled with it. I haven't done it by myself, I promise you that. If I were to try to begin to express where it started, I must in honesty say it begins in this great country of America of ours. You know, President Carter says, love your country, and there's a great much to love about it. It's a country that protects our freedoms and just allows us to rise as far as our capacity to work and our desires will carry us. And then I think about my mother, a woman who worked with that quiet dignity and great courage the millions of other divorced women in America who are left to raise children alone and somehow do it by themselves, see that their children stay in school, and see that they're educated and are imparted with a system of values. I think of my high school coaches who are here today, and I thank them for being here, Hal Chauncey and Dave Capilouto, who taught me the first fundamentals of the game, the first fundamentals of being a good person, I believe. You know, I think finally when we're judged whether we're a success or not in this world, it's what we have given to others. Have somewhere along the way have we stopped to help others? Have we stopped to help a young boy? Well, in all terms, my two coaches were great successes. My college coaches, Al Davis, Mel Hine, who is enshrined here, Don Clark, taught me responsibility and dedication to purpose and responsibility to other things other than themselves, to one's school, and gratitude for having acquired an education. And even with all of that, I still perhaps would not have played professional football if I hadn't been fortunate enough to meet a weight trainer along the way. My friend John Bazakas, who put 50 pounds of weight on me that I so sorely needed to play the game. And finally, to come into professional football and be blessed with a coach like Joe Madrill for my entire career, whose wit and knowledge of the game kept my interest alive, which is important. And the wonderful Sid Gilman, who could not be here today, who had a fire, a brilliance, and enthusiasm that is really matched only by a few professional coaches, and most of them are enshrined here today. I spent my career in the American Football League. And sometimes, in fact, just about all the time, when a sports reporter asked me, did I ever regret not signing with the Baltimore Colts, my first thought is always, would I have met my wife, Pat, if I had gone to Baltimore? I promise you, that's my first thought. And my wife is here with me today, as are my three daughters, my Carrie, my Beth, and my Darcy. And all of this, there is still one thing I must tell you, and that is the players. I can't exclude them that are a part of this game, who most of whom will not be up here today, who are simply a part of the game. And I have just the grandest respect for them. Every day, I promise you, from the first day you report to training camp, from that first contact drill, you play with an injury of some type for the rest of the season. The pressure is tremendous to try to keep playing, and you play in front of millions of people, thousands of people in person, and you make your mistakes in public and you can't erase them. And these players do that. To them, I must recognize their great talent. And finally, you think about training, and you train as hard as you can during the off season, during the season, and yet you know, with all of that training, once that game starts and that great explosion of energy that takes place with trying to do your best, you're exhausted, and you just thank goodness for that time between the play to rest up again, to come back again. I thank the selection committee who have chosen me, the Hall of Fame committee. I thank the Jewish Community Center, who were kind enough to honor me while I was in Canton, Ohio. I must tell you that I will cherish the bust that was made of me. I will cherish the Hall of Fame ring. I will proudly wear it. And in my heart, though, I will know that if none of this had happened, I would have been happy just to have been a part of professional football. And I love this award, and I also know in my heart that I share this with every man who has ever played this game. Thank you.